Hello, I'm Kalin, founder of an 8-figure startup. Today we're continuing our fight to get more and better flows in our life and ditch boxes. And what is more boxy than a gift? Most of our gifts are boxes full of stuff, and we have all these rules and traditions and culture about how we do gifts. And all of this is ruining good gifts. So, how can you do gifts better? Problem with gifts is that every mandatory gift, a birthday gift, a Christmas gift, is really becoming a box instead of expressing your love for the person you're giving the gift to. Not just a literal box if the gift is a box, but also a box in time, that you have a certain deadline to think of a gift and give it. And this is counterproductive because sometimes you need more time to think of a better gift, to get inspiration, or to simply make a better gift if it's something that you're not buying. So, my first advice about gifts is that you can definitely give them late. If you cannot think of a good gift, it's better to give a good gift late than giving a bad gift on time. A gift should come from the heart and represent your flows. So you should always try for it to be this way. If you cannot give a true gift from the heart, it's not a problem to not give a gift at all and then give 2 gifts next time. You can do whatever you want with gifts, absolutely whatever you want. It should not be mandatory. If you're doing it because it's mandatory, if it's not coming from your heart, it's worthless. So you can give gifts late. You can give gifts at absolutely random times with no occasion, even big ones. You should not care what other people think. Just gifts should reflect how you feel and be an extension of your flows in the real world. You can give people multiple gifts if you feel like it. And again, you should try for the gifts to reflect your flows, your love for the other person, and your gift should also try to bring flow into other people's lives. You can give gifts that are experiences, which are usually better than objects. And in this way, you can give other people a little nudge to have more flows. You can absolutely give gifts designed to improve other people's lives. And in that regard, you can just let your fantasy run wild. As long as your gift increases the long-term freedom of the recipient, it doesn't matter how weird it is. Here's an example of a very weird gift that I gave. One of my closest friends has a problem with self-love, and I was wondering how to help her in this regard because it is something very personal, very internal. So how could my gift help her build self-love? So here's what I did. The main problem with self-love is that people have this completely wrong idea that they have to deserve it, that it's somehow connected to their performance in life. While self-love is supposed to be unconditional, just like any true love. So, what is the easiest way to really affect your levels of self-love? Well, you should start living with the idea that nothing in life is deserved. And if nothing in life is deserved, then, or undeserved, of course, then self-love also becomes something that is a flow, not deserved or undeserved, something that just is. What are things that we can do to reinforce the idea that things in life are not deserved? Well, it's not ethical to take away stuff from people. So the only thing that we can actually do in practice is give people things they don't deserve. And the easiest way to do this is when you use some service, leave an undeserved tip. So for example, you receive a less than perfect service in a restaurant, in a taxi, you can give an undeserved tip. And in this way, you give yourself a strong signal with an action, not just a thought, that nothing in life is deserved, that there is undeserved love, and then you allow yourself to give yourself this love. And this really works. So what I did as a gift was give my friend a little box, and in the box there was a note that was written like a check, and it says, I will reimburse all the undeserved gifts that you gift for 1 year ahead. So up to a certain amount, so up to $500, every undeserved tip that you gift, I will pay the money. So you just have to overcome the barrier of doing it. It will not cost you any money. I will give all the undeserved tips for you. You just need to overcome the barrier of what is deserved and what is not. Of course, this is something highly unusual, but it's also something that at least will make the person think about it. The very fact that I got to this idea will send a signal to the person that this is something important in their life. Otherwise, I would not turn it into a gift. And even if they never use this, I think they only used it once in practice for a year, but even if they never used it, it still sends a signal of that things can be different. And if it was more used, it could send an even stronger signal that deserving is something just in our heads. Nothing in life is deserved or undeserved, and that thus we are worthy of self-love. As you can see, gifts can be extremely weird, but if we really love someone, then we should be able to give them what they need, and if there is no risk that the gift can somehow decrease their long-term freedom, if it's either nothing or increasing it, then we can just go for it and see what happens. And this is really of much, much higher work than just giving jewelry or whatever a typical gift is.